Hey guys, so I just want to make this quick video to kind of just walk you guys through a before and after transition from where I was to now where I am. So before I used to, do everything with AI, I used to do everything manually or using, simple tech automations using Zapier and a couple different platforms. So what happened is that even with all of those, different automations and things like that, my clients still would lack responsibility or accountability when it came to follow up. And so over the years, what I realized is that it didn't matter what niche I went into. I've done, work for, tons of different industries, okay? And what I've realized that across the board, every single client has is the same problem, which is follow up. And so what I ended up finding out is that it didn't matter, really where they got their leads from. What did matter is how they were following up and how consistent they were following up. The reality is that human beings don't do it consistently and at the level that it needs to be done in order to get someone off the couch and pick up the phone. People nowadays are absolutely, all over the place, distracted, unorganized, unaccountable. They're living life reactively, and so they have no idea what's going to happen next. And so with that being said, if you don't facilitate and hold their hand with technology and help them do the thing that they are extremely bad at, then you are going to be losing a ton of clients. I've noticed that every client that I lost before AI was due to follow up and due to them not accepting the accountability of doing the follow up. And so what ended up happening is that they would start making excuses. Oh, I'm not calling them through here, I'm calling them through there. And they would just make up a bunch of excuses when the reality is that just they weren't doing it. Because what would end up happening is that they would get off of a call with me of them complaining, and then I would literally serve them a bit of humble pie, talking about how, well, I'm looking at all these leads and you haven't even called them, or you've called them maybe once, or even, maybe just say twice, and they came in a month ago. Well, how do you expect them to pick up the phone, right? And so what ended up happening is every single time I had a conversation like that with them, it would almost trigger this like aha moment of like, oh yeah, right, I need to call my leads. I need to call them on a consistent basis, right? I'm a human, you're a human. And so for that, I need to continuously contact them because I always have to remind them, it's like, okay, like how many appointments have you scheduled or how many people have you submitted your information to where, right after you didn't pick up the phone or right after you decided, you wanted to go a different direction, or maybe you changed your mind, or maybe the appointment you set, something happened and something got in the way. So I just want to remind you that, human beings are all over the place, and there's a very small percentage of people who are accountable and organized individuals. So with that being said, introducing AI, now no longer do I have to rely on my clients to, exert extra energy, or I don't have to coach them on follow-up. I don't have to, get on these calls talking about, they're not picking up the phone and things like that, because I know our system is doing all the heavy lifting. And so basically now the conversations are more like, hey, how did the conversation go with this person? Hey, how did the conversation go with that person? Right? Because the AI is now taking them all the way up to the point where they're booking a consultation. And if not, getting them warmed up enough so that when you call, they pick up the phone and they know exactly what you're talking about. But in addition to that, there's different things that we also include in our process to also further warm up the lead and further set clear expectations about what's going to happen after submission. So just wanted to leave this short note here, because if you're not using AI as an agency owner, consultant, service provider to set the appointments and to further nurture your clients' leads, or reactivate these leads, if you're just letting them sit on the shelf and just get cold, you are burning money on leads. So my goal for you is to at least consider looking into appointments being set by AI, whether it's through me or anybody that is doing this. But I'll guarantee you that no one is doing it at the level that we're doing it, because we're not just building an AI, we're basically reconstructing a pipeline so that now that AI is integrated, it allows your clients to produce more business. Because now that we have AI, we're able to really qualify these individuals and automatically move them through the pipeline stages on autopilot, so that our clients now can just dive in and knock out the lowest hanging fruits that have the highest chance of picking up and closing deals. So want to leave that with you. If you guys have any questions, drop them down below in the comments. Talk to you guys soon.